center. So he's very experienced in this area. Of course, he has a long list of CV. We are not going to go over that, but he's currently working in the innovation and entrepreneurship center. Okay, entrepreneurship center in Chengkong University. So we'd like to have a warm welcome and invite Mrs. Shi to give us a talk.
You don't want to introduce me more?
The entire list? Yeah, I can do that. Okay, so for you, cannot read this. So it used to be the Far Eastern group. Last week we also have a Far Eastern group talk. Today we're going to have the HR head in the human resource. And of course, he has been in Far Eastern group for Far Eastern New Century. This is basically the holding company of the Far Eastern group. The Far Eastern New Century in Vietnam, and of course, and the.
Okay.
And I don't.
I can okay.
You can
introduce
do that.
myself.
Yeah. It's so difficult.
Some people, I'm quite surprised that many of you selected human resource management as your majors. I don't have too much choice when I study in the university. In Taiwan, basically, they say, and people often say that way, still keeping the same thing, same concept. The first class student, the most smart student, go to medical school, be a doctor. And the second good one, go to engineering. And those joining human resource, there's nobody. Because human resource management, you got the chance to be one of the co-member in the decision making. Like if you are a chief personnel officer, chief human resource officer, yes, you got the privilege to be staying as a senior manager, executive, and join major decision making. However, not so many people are so lucky. So, to those who choose human resource as your major, one encouragement today, the first thing is, you got to be the top of the all HR teams. No matter where you are, you should keep yourself most updated knowledge. You should stay ahead. Should be stay always on the top of the wave. Which means you need to be like MIS, like IT people. Always keep alert to new training, new knowledge. That will keep you on the top and fly higher. Don't be shot by the hunters. The first two company I joined is the Taiwanese and the Japanese joint venture company. Very popular product, which is a motorbike, Suzuki motorbike. Still very famous, right? In South Asia, in Indians, in Taiwan. In Taiwan recently, I seldom see Suzuki. More is Honda or Yamaha. But in my age, which is about 50 years ago, you guys haven't born yet. Suzuki is one of the most popular. And the same things happened in Korea, just announced recently, which is last week. Suzuki will withdraw all their business, and also Honda, their business of selling the vehicles in Korea market. But we'll keep the motorbike still moving on in Korea. And Vietnam has so many motorbikes. That company is amazing, So that's my first job. And I see, what I learned from Japanese is, they were very solid, just like Sweden people, like Germany people, very engineering orientated mindset. Whenever they dedicate to their job, that's the first thing I learned. And my second company, which I work for, is Acer Computer. Acer, founded in 1975. I worked there 7.5 years. From recruiting specialist and all the way climb up to senior managers in Acer. At that time, Acer had a three branding company. The first one called Multitech, which is now still using the name of Acer. Multitech is a mother company of Acer. And today, Westron is the manufacturing piece, okay, of the whole Acer group. Westron. Actually, Westron subsidies, okay, succeed all the property, including human capitals. This is a good company. I like it. And it is when I work in Acer, I got the chance to go to Penang in Malaysia and to Jakarta, set up the sales office. And in Acer, I traveling around in South Asia, Vietnam not included yet at that time. Then I joined an American company, Train Air Conditioning. Train is air conditioning company, which is that's the first, is the top one commercial air conditioner company. The majority of the big factory like TSMC, like factories, they always install Train company. So in America, they have a slogan say, you can never stop Train like Train. So that is the Train company. Very big one, commercial one. But for utility, for residential utility, it's not good enough. It was, they come from, okay, they have several series, okay, competitors, like Japan's Taikin, Hitachi, and Taiwan also has many, okay, Tokyo. So now, in China, we didn't do very well. I worked for 11.5 years in Train company. The first 3.5 years in Taiwan, helped Train company to facilitate and merge the factory and the sales unit together as a whole single company in Taiwan. And it is the first time I learned how global country operate the global business. Before they came to Taiwan, they already established an Asia Pacific headquarters in Hong Kong in Central Island. And it is from there, 3 years before, ahead, before they moved to Hong Kong, they already hired me as HR managers, okay, for Taiwan. And I trained up all my first layer, the same peers, same class of the people like finance controller, production managers, manufacturing head. And I was assigned to go to China alone in the year 1994. Majority of them, you haven't born yet, right?
Yes.
I don't see it anywhere. I cannot see it, cannot imagine, you know. So, and I stayed in China for 10 years, more than 10 years. I also joined one of the holding group. That is a very unique one. That is used to a communist party. They form a village-like small working team. And they make a change to become a transformer makers, electric transformer makers, and become the largest one in China. It is a private owned company. Very unique. Majority of the people stand against me because they say I am KMT, Kuomintang, and they are communist. So we are enemy. How come we can work together? So that's very funny, right? But just very very cherish the experience people. Otherwise, you don't know from day to day what they spoken, how they think. It is quite different